Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for.
And we're doing Outer Banks Season 3 this week, which I just started this show literally this week. I started it the Monday of the week it came out.
And we'll preface it with she was forced.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Overall, because I had just watched the first 2 seasons, I don't know if I would have watched this show.
You wouldn't have.
If I wasn't
I don't
forced.
think it was a show for you. I think it's either somebody likes it or they hate it. Or they just don't care about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, I'm not like...
Me and Dean loved it and
I know.
thought it was like...
I'm not like, oh my god, I need to see season 4. But also,
I liked 1, 2, and I'm okay with 3. I will say, do I feel like I'm dying for season 4 to come back? Can't say I am.
No, even, I don't remember what episode of our podcast we were talking about. I think it was actually on our We Talk About It All podcast. You said you don't even know where the hell they're going to go with, like, a 4th season if they get it. And they do have a 4th season on the way.
Well, I mean, now I know where they're going to go because I watched, I guess,
yeah,
we kind of have an idea of where they're going to go.
This is not spoiler-free at all, so
like,
if you haven't watched season 3, or finished season 3, you should probably come back. Because kind of all our thoughts for it are kind of...
I mean, if you like treasure hunting shows, which I tend to like...
Yeah, so here's the thing. I did kind of like this because it reminded me of, like, Tomb Raider and Uncharted.
It does have that.
So, yeah,
but
it's like a teenage version.
Extremely unrealistic. You have to go into this where you're just watching it and you're not questioning things. Because if you question things, that's all you're going to do. I mean, she looks at my notes and she's like, oh, look at all those notes. You're going to recount the story. No, 90% of them are questioning things because it's like... I'm sorry.
I mean, like, the one kid, he just flew off the bridge on the bike and he just popped up without a single scratch or bruise on him. He's just okay.
Yeah, well.
Also, in season 1, when I was watching it, it's like the first episode, they punched John B in his eye and, like, within an episode, it's gone.
Yeah, no, I thought he had that black eye for a while.
It was like, I don't know, it seemed like 1 or 2 days, but it wasn't the whole season. It went very quickly for me.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, it was definitely a little slow that I watched the whole entire show on 1.5 speed. But that was also because I was trying to get it done for season 3 ready. But I didn't feel like I missed anything. And let me tell you, honestly, if you have a show that you're like, I kind of want to finish it, or some parts are a little boring, instead of skipping the scenes, watch it in 1.5 speed. To watch these people run around so fast, it's hilarious. It's comical. Watching Sarah go, John B! And like 1.5 speed. You know? Like... Yeah. Spoiler for season 2, but like I said, spoilers all over.
Don't get me wrong.
When the dad blew up on the boat and she's there crying on the dock and watching that in 1.5 speed, it's hilarious.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that like they did have to put in there in the first season, obviously, to build the characters, to show like how these group of friends are, you know, end up being so tight and whatever, and that they'll do whatever for each other. I mean, I guess they had to kind of do that a little bit. They tried to do that in season 3 with like offshoot things, like where if John B was off doing something, like they had like Sarah with Topper, and I don't know, it was just there were a lot of stuff that could have been left out. Could have been left out. I didn't
like about this season. I don't even know where to start with
my
notes.
The whole thing starts with they're on the island.
Yes,
let's start with all that unrealism. I mean, I think we should just say who's there though. At least they were left on the island. That's where they were stranded. You have Sarah and John B, the couple. They're the 2 main characters, I want to say. Then you got Kiera, who's half kook, half pogue.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, but she leans to the pogue friends. And then JJ, who's supposed to represent, like, the loser kid who has, like, no family, no life, no blah, blah, blah. And then you have Pope, who's supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah.
I actually like Pope. I think he's nice. And now they added Cleo, who they met on the boat and came...
No, they met her...
On the island.
They met her...
Before that, right?
In the Bahamas.
Yeah, and she was on the boat, though. She got on the boat with them. I don't know if she worked for him or she was part of it.
Well, she was the one who, when they left in season 1, that first boat that took John B and Sarah to there, she was on there, and that's who she kidnapped Sarah and all that. And then she was also working on the dad's boat trying to for a new job. Yeah, so they met her through that, and she escaped.
So but it shows them being on the island for like what
a month. They said
like,
a month.
Come on a month, and like now I'm sorry, I've figured it out because I was really trying to figure it out. We all know they're high school kids. However, I was really trying to narrow down, are they like freshman high school kids or are they more on the senior side? Because senior side, okay, they're more towards the 17, 18-year-olds, some could be. However, that little party that Kiara's family had when she came back, Mom said something about 15 years being together, her and the dad, because they were celebrating their anniversary. So that had to put Kiara at 15, unless Mom had her before that.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, could have been, but what the most could she be? They didn't act like those were the kind of things that those parents did.
Yeah, but they did make it seem like the mom was a kook and the dad's a pogue, so that, like, that's the whole big thing is she's always like, oh yeah, I know that you don't like me going back to the pogue ways or something. So maybe
the mom was a pogue?
The mom was a kook and the dad is a pogue, I think. That's like her parents are each one. And then I think that's the reason why it's like that whole big, like, why they always get upset with her, because maybe the mom was like, had her when maybe she could have been
16, 17.
Yeah.
I mean, like, still very young. So you're telling me...
But they have to be getting ready to go to school, because isn't Pope looking at scholarships?
True, yeah. See, that's where it's confusing, because it's like, okay.
So maybe the parents they weren't married, or they just messed up there, because there's
I don't know.
A lot of questionable things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of questionable things. So, like, because, yeah, he is considering for these colleges. Yeah. But you do that in junior year where you're like, your grades are the ones that count or something. So, I don't know. Maybe they're like 16, 17.
Yeah, but still, here's my thing. Also, she's like, you missed 27 days of school. You always told me I had to attend school. Why is the authorities
that's my other
coming
question,
at these kids?
Is when these kids go back, like, when they come back, it's like, are you serious? Like, everyone gets back to the OBX after this whole debacle and whatever they were running.
And nobody's, like, putting them in schools
like, nobody's like, hey.
I mean, I get most of them. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, Pope's really the only one that's going to have somebody to send to school. And you see the other girl, her parents are trying to send her away to, like, a camp.
Yeah.
So I guess they are, because technically, if you think about it, JJ, John B., Sarah, they don't have parents to send them to school.
The only time somebody comes for anybody is when John B. is going to get arrested. Like, hello, where are the police? Where are the child custody people that should be coming to...
They came in the beginning of the first season for John B.
Yeah.
But then after they killed the one Peterkin, nobody ever came back for looking for him in this...
Nope. The only thing that addresses him was when Pope tries to go back to school and they put him in the lower level classes. Like, that was the only realistic thing.
And they said they only missed 27 days of school.
Well, they were gone for a month, about.
Oh, so I guess just this school year.
Well, you're just counting you're not counting weekends.
No, I know, but I'm saying just this school year.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're considering. But here's the thing, it's like, so even though you put him in lower classes, they only did that because that would affect his character and make his character not want to go to school. So that was the whole reason, in my opinion, they did that one. It wasn't just be realistic, because if they were being realistic, they would say, where's the other one? Kiera addresses school once when she says to the parents, I know you want me to be back in school, but I'm just not ready. So, like, she addresses why she hasn't went back to school. But meanwhile, they just let them saunter around the island and just be like, okay, well, you're back, so just do whatever you want to do. But I mean, the things that get me is like I'm saying, like, I know they're young. So that you got, like, Sarah is there weaving a bed out of palm trees. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know you can go, it's not hard to think, go in and out, go in and out. But really, they're making a bed that's sturdy enough for them to sleep on. And
well, you know what? It's not even this, but also, okay, listen.
John B. spearfishing, like, and I mean, whatever.
But my other thing is, these people get rescued so damn easily. Think about it. In the first season, when the boat flips over with John B. and Sarah...
They were looking for them, though, that's why.
Not the people in the first season.
No, but the second one,
they found them easy. But, like, they were just flashing this little piece of, like, metal or something.
Yeah, I know.
And they found them just like that. I mean, listen, I know my show, The Wilds, was purposely, like, they were... Like, when somebody came over and potentially found these girls, they destroyed this plane. But, like, I don't know. I don't feel like finding somebody on an island is as easy. Like, I know the second one, yes, but it's kind of like, really?
I know. I mean, this one, at least they had the big fire and stuff like that, and they were looking for them. Because even the father, I mean, we all know John B.'s father's alive, obviously. I mean, we knew that in the second one. They kind of showed him towards the end.
Yeah, they showed it at the end, yeah.
He's clearly alive and well and doing he's my most hated character, probably.
Yeah, no, I have thoughts on him.
I just don't even understand how the writers thought, like, they should write him like this and think that it's, like, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but...
him made this season feel almost kind of pointless to me because, like when I watched season 1, I didn't know anything about the show. Like, I wasn't spoiled at all for anything. But I just figured, the dad's going to be alive. Also, first off, I thought Dad was gone for years. I didn't know it was just a year.
I know, I did too when I first watched the first one. And then, like, it kind of tells you, I think, like, in the next...
Yeah, well, no, this one, he mentions that it's, like, a year. Yeah. So I was like... Because I just figured, like, because they did say that the friends knew of the dad.
Yeah.
So I figured it was, like, from childhood. I didn't know he was, like, just recently missing. Because that's why I was always, like, maybe that's why they all think John B's crazy for thinking he's still alive, because it's been years. But it's only been, like, 1 year. But I think it's, like, kind of pointless because they have him alive after you think he's dead just to kill him at the end of the season anyway.
Yeah, good.
Like, it was pointless. Why'd you even bring him back? You should just left him as...
Well, because I honestly think he was the real villain of the show.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. And they brought him back, and he didn't even get to see the El Dorado gold. But in my opinion, good. He didn't deserve to get to see it.
I know. I agree.
Because that was the whole thing. Also, there was some test you had to pass if you were pure of heart, and you get to go see it. Which I don't know. I just thought it was going to be something more of like a...
Well, no, I think they said you had to be like wise and pure of heart. And I guess those two... John B. and Sarah were the ones that were, because she was helping him even though he was still being mean to her.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the dad was a real jerk to her. And he still kept coming back to the dad just because of his love for him. And dad clearly used the love that he had for him. But I just can't, they're rescued and taken off. And I mean, I know these kids have been through a lot, so they're like always suspicious of everybody now. Yeah. I get that. That probably helps them. However, like plane crashes, they get out of the water or whatever. The one gets captured. We find who the big bad villain is supposed to be, this Carlos Singh.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got all these guns and all. And, like, kidnaps a kid, like, and then, I like, it's the dealings between adults and the kids that just get me, like, really? Like, really?
Yeah, like Sarah's dad that just straight up was, like, choking her last season on the boat. Like, threatening to kill her. And that, too, like, the relationships that they put with these kids, and, like, just even between themselves, it's so weird because it's like, why do you keep going back to them? Because even my one thing, I'm like... They need to figure out the John B. and Sarah thing.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of like writing it like this because they were worried because they had dated in real life. But I had saw something that said the girl said she was totally fine with dating.
No, they broke up nicely. Everybody, I think. They didn't break up like an angry breakup. They made sure,
and it wasn't like I didn't feel like anything had happened between them that their chemistry felt
I think
different.
They just like separated because their lives went different
directions.
No,
I know, but I'm saying like character-wise, like, it didn't change anything.
Yeah, no, I think they were still good.
But my thing was, it's like they got to figure out if they're going to keep her with him or if they're going to have her keep bouncing back to this Topher thing. It's getting old.
No, I think Topper was just supposed to be...
Topper, sorry.
Topher.
Damn it.
No, Topper was just to be used, but I mean...
No, I know, but
even
it's like they keep...
Even his character, like...
Oh, it's Topper telling me to get his name right.
Even his character. So he brings his truck. They try to steal, because of course, we find out that the big thing too is this new city of gold.
Yeah,
like that's El Dorado. That's like the next big bad thing they have to conquer.
Yeah,
like it didn't just end with the cross. Like the cross came from and Pope put it perfectly. It's like, did anybody ever think where did all this gold come from?
Yeah,
and that like sets it up for the city of gold or whatever. And of course, like that's the next thing to be had. But like the gold is still in play. Ward still has the gold. The cross is still in the Cameron family, and Reef, for whatever reason, because he saved it, thinks that it's like his gold now to have.
Which I think it's so weird how involved he got, because season 1 he was not involved in this at all.
I think people actually liked his character in a weird way, and they brought him in more.
The gold. Then when he accidentally got this like cross, now he's just like in this game like so fully, and it's like weird.
But again, here's this kid, and they managed to get that cross off the train before, or however, get it from where it was, because I don't think they stole it from the train, because obviously they put something else on the train, so obviously they get it beforehand, and he just magically throws it into some kind of like backyard kiln, and melts the cross down. And purely with this kiln, however he's collecting that, like, this is not a joke. Like, you don't just melt gold down in the backyard.
No,
like, but he did.
Saw the melt, and they came out to these nice little nuggets, like pucks and things.
He took it and poured it into these
like
little molds.
Like, you saw when they melted the gold bars in the last season, they were like, they could barely get, it was like in this misshapen thing that the lady thought it was like fake.
He poured it into the molds. He had the molds. But that's the other thing. Is like, now he takes it to these people that, yes, I granted, I'm sure they're not on the up and up folks, but they didn't look like they weren't. They looked like they were legitimate business places that he was going around selling them. Now, one person questioned why a 17, 18-year-old, maybe 19, was selling big nuggets of gold. Like, hey, sir, where'd you get these big nuggets of gold? How do you just have a nugget of gold? This is what I'm saying. Like, as much as I like the show, like, there was just certain things that I was like, come on, make it, like, a little
like,
bit
everybody's
more
just pulling guns out of I mean, that's kind of realistic, but... The gun stuff, it's like everybody just has this pistol. Also, I mean, this is just TV logic, though. The pistols never truly run out, ever, really.
Yeah, no, I know that too.
Which is like, I've never seen, at least like, okay, you would assume that the bad villains...
in season 1 and 2 did.
Yeah, but here's my thing. So they have this one gun that JJ has by accident.
He's always had the gun.
I know.
He's always had
Where is he getting the ammo for this gun? Where is he going to pick up this new ammo that he gets every time? I mean, that's my thing. Like, where is he getting ammo?
He's got his own kiln and he's doing them in the backyard too. I don't know. I'm like that, but that's my thing. Is like JJ. I can't. I love him and I hate him because I just can't with him because he of course, you realize something obviously is going to go on with him and Kiera this season, because you could just tell how they're acting.
Well, because then they brought the new girl in for Pope, so they set it up so that everybody has somebody. A couple, yeah.
And so you see something's going on now, but like, it's, oh my God, it's him with these cockamamie plans that I want someone to tell him just to sit. I don't know what that is. I put mine on focus. So JJ is like spitting off at the mouth.
Just got a cat hair sticking out the side of your face there.
Well, I'm sure there's more than one. JJ's like spitting off at the mouth, like rapid speed. I want someone just to tell him, shut your mouth and sit down. We are not going off half-cocked, because that's all he does. Every plan is half-cocked. Come on, we gotta go. Let's go. It's a plan.
Speaking of half plans, the one where he goes and gets, what's her face? What the hell's her name? Kiara. Out of the camp. We both said this. She knew he was there. Why is she not up and awake, ready to go? Yeah. Every other girl wakes up and then she's like,
he's looking for me. I think he's looking for me. I'm like,
girl, what the hell? Why aren't you up and packed and ready?
Yeah, you should have been like, fine, sitting on the bed or whatever.
Yeah, make it look a little believable.
You should have been like ready to roll out. Like, are you kidding
me?
Like, I don't know.
And it's not like she just didn't know.
She left him a note of to where she is. Like, so
you
seriously?
knew where he was possibly coming. Like, I don't know, when she was just so exhausted, she fell into a quick little slumber. She was like, I'm just going to close my eyes, and she fell into a deep REM sleep there.
Yeah, I don't know. But it just cracks me up. And then they all magically get away. She magically steals a boat and knows how to drive it. They all seem to know how to drive boats in this. I mean, well, no, she does drive her parents' boat. That's true. I did see her. She pulled up. Remember, she was getting supplies, and she met up with...
Yeah.
So she
everybody's almost driven the boat, at least in their first season.
I think a lot of them all know how to drive boats, so I guess there's that. And, of course, at this point, by this point, we already know it's official. John B's father's alive. He's looking for him. But the sad part is he's not looking for him to look for him. He's looking for him because he thinks that he has the diary that he needs. And so it's sad. Like, he's still looking to use his son. Like, who does that? Like, that's really... And it's weird because Ward, like, halfway, like, towards the end when Ward gets involved, because he's unconscious but then comes back, obviously. He wakes up from that crack he took to the head with no problems, except for a little cane incident. Yeah.
Which they got to figure out what... Like, I want to believe he's dead, but... I don't know if I believe he's dead falling off that cliff still. Yeah. This man has died like 100 times.
I think he's
like a soap opera character.
I think he'll be dead now.
Yeah, you gotta leave him in the jungle. But, it's like they showed the body, but
you never know.
They didn't bury him. They took John B's dad, not him. So it's kind of like...
Yeah, you never know. I mean, he could be just... Yeah. He could be alive somewhere, but it still annoys me because within 5 seconds of, like... the dad being back on the scene, I hated him already. I was like, wow, it didn't take you long because...
Which one, Ward?
No, John B's dad. Because within 2 seconds, you already realize... And you can see I feel bad for John B because he's been waiting for this dad to come back. And, like, the dad comes back and all the dad's concerned about is taking him to steal this idol that isn't even his from Sing and...
Yeah.
Continue the chase.
Yeah, like, he truly didn't get to spend any real time with his dad.
The whole year he was gone, his dad was... ultimately still involved in this whole treasure thing. Yeah. Like, he didn't come back, and he asked him, like, why didn't you come back for me? Like, why didn't you contact me or anything? And he said something, like, stupid, like, oh, it wasn't safe, or I didn't want you to be, But he's like, but still, you could have contacted me or something. Like, the dad, like, never really addresses it. Instead, he just takes him on this, like, wild goose chase to get, like, the idol first, and to get the diary first, and then to translate the stuff, and keep it from your friends, and don't tell anybody. Like, he's just, like... very selfish. Yeah. Like, through the whole thing, he's like, just, I just kept waiting, please, like, he has to die. He has to die.
I figured he was gonna die. Like, I did think he was, but it was just kind of like, it did make it entirely pointless to have him come back after presumed dead. Yeah. Just to kill him again. Like, what was the point of that? I mean,
the writers really made him look like a bad character. I mean...
Yeah. And... you know what was weird too? I feel like the show never felt whole because the dad had split John B up from the group, so the group was never really a group. Yeah. So it was kind of like everybody else by themselves, and then like the dad and John B and like then Sarah towards the end. Because that was the other thing too, was like, even though I feel like nobody was ever fully focused on this treasure though, like 100%, at least the other group, because they were also focused on building a relationship.
Well, I don't think they knew about... I think they knew about... everybody knew a little piece of El Dorado, but nobody, like... if they had all gotten together earlier, they could have solved it because they all would have been able to...
And even so, though, they didn't really all ever get together. Like, that's the other thing, too. It's like only John B and Sarah get to go see this city of gold that they've all been working for. The other two the rest of the group just comes out at the end with machetes surrounding everybody, and that's it. Like,
really, everybody's got a machete. I again, it's like,
but I mean, that's my thing. It's like it didn't feel like whole. Like the other ones are always working as a group. This was like John B and his dad, and then everybody else.
Well, I think that was
finishing
the
cross storyline and then trying to jump onto this.
I think they were trying to like separate. I think that was their point, was to separate him from everybody for some reason. I don't know why, but he.
Well, I said that. I thought when they separated him, they were going to create a drift, but they didn't really create a drift because the girl Sarah ended up just forgiving him almost instantly.
Yeah, but I think it's because she did her own shenanigans with Topper, but I think the whole thing too was
Topper.
I
thought you just said Topper.
No, Topper. I gave him a little accent to his little name,
sorry.
but because if you're going to name your kid Topper, you really need to like say it in a way that's
what the hell is on with the Cameron family, because I told you this. How did the girl Sarah, slightly normalist one, have that name? And then there's Rafe and Wheezy.
Wheezy's a nickname.
Okay, because
Wheezy's not her real name.
Because also
Rafe sounds like a name that would be a rich person, I gotta be honest.
True, but that too.
I mean, you got Ward. I mean, those are these are like rich names.
But the dad too. He's always fighting for Rafe and Sarah's attention. I'm like, why is he never going to Weezy?
Nobody
she's
cares.
She's over there sitting right in some other foreign country that he wants her in, and she's behaving, and he just keeps going after these two idiots.
Well, because they're the troublesome ones. He got the trouble.
Well, I know, but he wants somebody who's gonna go sit quiet.
I don't know.
She wasn't even in this season. They basically forgot about her, besides the little like voice message to get Sarah.
Unrealistic. How did you get that? And how did you? I mean, like, really?
Well, I don't know. He probably like choked the kid and said, "See."
I don't know.
Yeah, but he does try to keep her normal. He never tells her what's going on.
No. Yeah, she's.
And now how are you gonna explain to Dad? To this kid, Dad's dead in the forest.
Well, first of all, who's telling them? Because it didn't even address that. Like, that's my whole thing at the end. There's a whole lot of stuff, but like, I don't know. These whole things are like crazy because Rafe tells her when he gets on the plane to go to South America, like, make sure you take care of him or something like that. And I'm thinking, like, he has no idea Dad died in the jungle. Wheezy has no idea that the Lily or whoever the wife is, Rose, whatever. She
said a flower name. I'll just pick one.
I just picked one. They have no idea that he's even dead. No. So like when she came back, did she tell them?
Yeah,
like,
I feel like we should have seen that.
They're dead.
They just flash forward 18 months and they're all like big hot shots in the town now.
Yeah. Like, big hot shots. Like, where is Sarah living? Because she was homeless. Where's John B living? Because he was homeless. Because Topper burned down the house. Yeah, his house is definitely gone because it was an eviction foreclosure when he was first here. So where are those three living?
Kiara's family's not going to let them move in. But that was the other thing, too. At the 18 months, they just panned to Kiara's parents, and they're all, like, so excited.
Yeah, hello. Did nobody address that you sent me to, like, a reformed military school? Like...
And then they broke her out and took her to another country, and she went and found, like, a city of gold and came back, and now everybody's happy.
Yeah, like, I mean, Pope's parents are the only ones that made normal sense because... He did speak to them. I think it was only because it was part of their family, like, heritage that
he was
kept trying to go on that angle with and stuff. So, like, the parents were kind of, like, okay with, and they did let him go.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that was the only thing that was
normal. They're going to have to figure out this living situation but you know what? They have all that gold now, so I guess they could buy a house.
I don't know.
Who's going to let these children with these credit scores buy a house?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I have no idea. But it's like the whole thing is very crazy because John B's dad kills two people in front of him. And
yeah, wait. I just realized they're not going to need a house because of the way they set it up.
Yeah, they're not going to. They're not going to live anywhere. No. But where were they living for 18 months since they've been back? Is the question we all are questioning.
I don't know. Maybe a boat. Do they have a boat? They sleep in the.
Nobody's got a boat.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe they'll buy a boat. I could see John B buying a boat, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Him and JJ living on a boat. Remember, they said that the girl Sarah has a successful surf shop.
Yeah.
And JJ has a boat something. He has a yacht or something. He has a boat thing that he's doing. I can't remember what they said. He said he only named those two. And somebody else has something. Pope went...
Just going off to do some kind of school thing.
And then the other one, JJ, I think he has some kind of surf thing. I'll try to look it up while you go.
But the dad, like, convinces John B that it's okay that he killed two people in front of him. And, like, then he tries to get him to steal from a lady at the museum type thing. I'm like... How is your parenting skills, young man? Because I'm like, I'm not really sure, like, what you're doing. But, I mean, all the parents are a little off-centered here. My other question, too, I don't know if you thought about this, but it kind of gets brought up a lot.
I couldn't find it.
Because JJ is, like, eating food everywhere he goes. Mm-hmm. Half these kids haven't eaten.
Yeah.
They never show John B eating. I mean, and granted, I know that's not part of anything, but you don't even see him like stopping to eat. You never see Sarah eat, and she mentions it. And JJ actually says that he hasn't eaten in days.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you serious? Like these kids, because
they have a little snack.
They have no money. They have no nothing. They just have rotten food in all the refrigerators. You go. Every house looks like it is the most disgusting, decrepit house. Even from like the professors and people that they went to, it's like, are you telling me that the OBX down there in the Pogue land, nobody is like neat and nobody keeps their house clean?
Can I just say
there's always rancid food in the refrigerator? I should have mentioned this
in the very beginning.
I find this hard to believe.
I thought Outer Banks was in Australia. I think I was thinking Outback, Outer Banks. So when I started this show, I was like, where's everybody's Australian accent? Maybe they were all Americans that moved here.
No.
That's in my bed. And
no, North Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't really know where it was exactly. Now I do know. But yeah, I did want to point that out, that I was kind of curious, because I'm not going to lie, they look like they could be Australian, those people. They look like I could see an Australian accent coming out.
Well, yeah, I could see it. And Sarah too.
I know. And I was kind of like, where's their accents? Nothing. Yes, that was on me, because I thought they were, in the outback.
No.
Nowhere near it.
And then magically, of course, John B's dad, what?
Also, like, how did they just get on these boats, like, into another country?
But that's what I'm going to say there. When John B's dad gets kidnapped by Singh and taken down to South America, like, not even a flinch, not even a thought. John B's like, we got to get down to South America. I mean, at least JJ's character was the most honest and said, dude, I don't have a passport. Yeah. Like, he thought about it. None of them had a passport. So you had to come with them. Now, listen, if I was at that age, how would I get down to South America? Got no freaking clue. Not these kids. JJ knows somebody that's a smuggler of drugs and can get them on a plane. And then magically, of course, Sarah got them down, Dad's plane or whatever, because Dad just happened to be in the country. And I'm like, so that's how they all got in without a passport. Yeah. However, I still think you need a passport, like, if you're coming off a private plane. I don't think you can just enter the country. I think there's some place you have to address it.
Yeah, I feel like, there has to be.
I just don't think you can just come in because, like, there has to be.
I mean, for the most part, the past seasons, they've gotten lucky and they've been accidentally smuggled on boats.
Well, like, the way that JJ and Kara came on, yes, that okay. They came in on that little rinky-dink thing, but I don't think, and, like, they landed, like, you saw them on a weird airfield where people are doing underhanded stuff anyway. Yeah. But I don't think you can just...
I don't really know about that.
And that drug dealer, like, just magically said, all right, yeah, let's go down to South America and you can give me some gold and we'll call it a spade.
Which, that was my other thing, too.
Like, when
they get to the city of gold, I told you, I go, okay, so this is listen, this is big in the Tomb Raider games and Uncharted. There's always the water, you swim under, and oh, wow, here's, like, the test to get into the city. I said, how the hell are they going to get the gold back?
Yeah.
Because they're going to go under, come back, and they had 60 minutes to do this, they said, because they had 3 20-minute flares. So I said, they have to go under. And now, with the gold, you'd assume they're going to be heavier. They're going to sink, most likely, with all that gold. Either way, what happened also with their math was entirely off with the show. They had one flare that they lit. It dropped in a crack. Mm-hmm. They started the second flare from once they jumped over this thing, and then they found, like, the City of Gold. It felt like 10 minutes. When they got to the City of Gold and were about to leave, the second flare then went off.
Yeah.
Meaning from the walk to this jump to the City of Gold is 20 minutes. They lit the final third flare, made it all the way back up to the water.
It could have, only because you have to think about it, they were probably down there filling the bags. But once you're filled the bag, now they probably spent some time down there, and they got back up. But and now they knew where they were going, so they probably could have moved a little more swiftly to get out. But
Sarah seemed too chicken to get swiftly back over that jump.
Here's my thing, though. How did you jump over with the gold? You threw it over, I guess, and...
That's what I was saying. Why didn't one of them jump over and then throw the flare?
There was a lot of stuff that
it was like,
little,
That's me thinking too hard. People are going to be like, you're thinking too hard on that. But I was just kind of
curious. Here's my question. Where did everybody get dynamite from? Or firecrackers? Every time you turned around, somebody had a freaking firecracker or
Well, because they were lighting them off in the streets, the firecrackers.
Okay, but who had fire?
I don't know why the dad had the stick of dynamite.
Yeah, they did show dynamite. There was a point where they showed dynamite or something. I don't know. I forget where they showed it. And I was wondering, like, what is that dynamite? Why are they showing that? And so I was not surprised that...
Well, I also, like, foreshadowing this, I also knew they were going to kill Dad when they showed the tree of John B. And the son's like... And John B's like, yeah, they carved out this tree for, like, where they thought he had died. they made a point of saying, "Oh, the dad's like, did I ever get one?" He's like, "No, because I never thought you were dead." And then they gave him the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. I kind of felt as soon as I saw that, I was like, "He's gonna die." And let me tell you something.
I don't know how long that took, but they did that on the island, didn't they?
What?
That carving of the tree, or that was back at home?
That was on wherever the gold was.
Okay, that kind of carving. We've tried to carve our names in trees, have we not?
Yeah, I think it's a crime. We shouldn't admit to it, but it's fine.
Is it?
I don't know. I thought so.
I don't know. I mean, it was in the
deep forest.
It didn't work. And to say, yes, it didn't work because it's not easy to do. I mean, first of all, I believe they did have a machete, so maybe they were working at double speed with all 4 machetes. But that was a big heart, and that was not an easy thing to do.
Wait, my favorite part, though, was they gave him a nice big heart, and Ward got 2 sticks in the ground.
And some flowers. There was flowers there, yeah.
Okay, some flowers.
And a picture.
Where the hell did she get the picture from?
She had it folded up in a bag. I don't know.
She didn't like him that much. Why would she
didn't have
a
picture bag
on him?
Yeah, I don't know. This is all weird.
Huh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
Unless maybe it was.
I didn't notice her to have a bag.
So I think it was. I thought they probably buried the dad on that island. Were you gonna huck the dead body back to Outer Banks? Don't think so. And I do love that they listen. As soon as they started, they're like, "We gotta go get to the boat." I'm like, "Dad's dying on that boat. You should have just left him there, because you didn't even go and get Sarah's dad's body. That would have been the body I wanted to make sure I had, and make sure that man's dead." Yeah. But no, they took him. I mean, he's kind of crazy too. Make sure he's dead.
And then, I mean, before all that though, you have Crazy Kook Reef, who's like deciding to kill the dad, then not kill the dad, then now the dad's going to turn over his companies to him. Yep, you can run everything. Like this guy, obviously, Ward was very rich just from his business dealings, and now you're just going to let this 18, 19-year-old, maybe 20 tops, I don't even know if he was a college kid. I thought he was college.
He's got to be older than Sarah, though. So
yeah, I thought he was.
We're saying she's 16, 17.
I thought he was college material, like for freshman year college kid. So like, let's say now he's, I don't even know if he's going to college, but the age group. But like now, magically, he's just going to run the company. No experience,
because all he's been dealing with. But the dad did say that he put like a backdoor thing in that technically the wife ran the company.
Well, that's what he said now, yeah, but.
So he let. But
when he let him get on the plane, he told him, "I'm gonna leave. Everything is yours. You did right by me. I know what you did." Blah, blah, like I guess you know.
Yeah,
so
I think it was just like a trick.
But I'm like, seriously, like all of a sudden now you're gonna let this young kid run your company from. I mean, I know at the time he thought he was still gonna be alive, I guess, but you know, I mean, I don't know. And then of course in the end, the dad he was just deserving of dying on that boat, like you said, because he was a jerk the whole way to put the idol down to the translations. During the translations he was a jerk. He's like yelling and bullying them.
I was looking at stuff online and everybody else was saying that he kind of ruined the season for them.
I feel like he did, because he was so
he broke up the group,
instead of being that dynamic eager away to find it, like he was just annoying and greedy, and it was like enough already. Like why did you like this?
He more so felt like a villain than the other guy.
That's what I'm saying. He felt like a villain to me, because he was like,
because the other guy had like a purpose for saying it. He was like, my people were enslaved here. So it was like another family connection, where this he is just greedy, just trying to get money.
Trying to get, just like Ward, just trying to get. He was exactly like Ward, trying to think he wasn't, but meanwhile, no, you were exactly like him.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least Ward like was trying to like save his daughter, and like I know he turned on them and told the location and stuff to sing, but he was trying in his mind to save his daughter. Yeah. And like that's, you know, what his goal was. But, you know, I mean, he didn't care who he had to give up to do it, but, you know, I mean,
which will forever be crazy, that he always thinks this girl's gonna come with him after she's tried to kill him. And he, like I was even saying about the part with, why doesn't he keep going after Reese? The son basically shot right next to his foot. She shot right next to his foot. You're going to keep going after these 2 kids when they have both attempted to shoot you. Seriously, this time.
Take your leg off. I don't know.
Like, what? Like, I give up on them at this point. Return back to Rose and Wheezy.
I just don't get it.
Maybe if he didn't name her Wheezy or something, they'd have a better relationship. But he kind of screwed her over with that.
And then, like, it was almost like the dad was willing to die for this gold, like, really, because he was prepared to let John B die, because he was acting like, because John B asked him when they were walking, like, so Dad, like, you weren't going to actually let them kill me, were you? And he didn't really answer.
Yeah.
He just kind of said, well, Sarah beat me to it. No, I don't think so. I think you were prepared to, think he was prepared to let them shoot him just to get this stupid gold, because I believe in the cave, he was prepared to blow them all up.
Yeah.
Because if he couldn't have it, nobody was going to have it. Mm-hmm. That was his mentality. And then he just got lucky that he threw it and they tried to get out. But, I mean, of course, Singh dies, and they were assuming, We're assuming. We also don't know if he died.
Yeah, you don't know how. Well, I mean, he kind of was right on the stick of dynamite, but maybe if he jumped out of the water.
Like, yeah, you have no idea. Like, well, yeah, what happened? He could have swam into the city of gold. Who knows?
Could be trapped in there.
I don't know.
Which, this is not. It's still, like, somebody could definitely, if they start, I guess, digging out the rocks, like, seriously wise, you could definitely get back to that city of gold.
Oh, yeah. Now that they have a little
or
bit
if
of
anything,
location.
he could have possibly blown an opening on the other side and let it right open.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Which
so,
nobody
I mean,
checked.
I don't know. Who's to say? But, of course, Sarah and him, they do get some gold. Like, they had, like, a big, long satchel of it. I mean...
I don't know how much it is, but...
Oh, it's probably a lot for what they have, but...
That's always my thing, too, is, like, these are, like, ancient pieces and artifacts. How are you going to just sell this stuff off? Like, I know they melted the cross down.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what the dad board said. He goes, you lost all of the true value of this cross because you melted it down. Where even though he melted it to gold, the amount of money he probably could have got just from the cross alone would definitely probably be more than the gold. Well,
he was still getting good money. Gold
the gold bars, though, was that he melted down in the first season. Yeah, you're just changing the shape to try to hide the emblem. So that's... You're not losing gold there, but I don't know. I feel like, the cross, you definitely lost value. And this is just nuggets of gold, so they should be fine. But, like, still, where are they going to flip this? And also, like, everybody in the town now knows you have this gold. Are you not enemy number 1 now? Or target number 1 because of this?
I don't know. That's, just, it's baffling to me. But they answer some questions and they leave a lot more.
Yeah.
But they're more unrealistic questions, I feel, in my opinion.
I will say, for me, the most disappointing part is the setup for season 4.
I know. I'm like, ugh.
They're setting it up that they're going to go after Blackbeard's treasure. And here's the thing. I think they should have ended this at 3. I think this should have been somewhat of like a limited series.
I do
not
too.
Not like limited where it's like 10 episodes. I'm saying like this should not be a show that's running for 6-7 seasons.
Yeah.
This should have ended here. They should have just gave them a few more episodes too. I mean, honestly, maybe one more just to, like, wrap it up where they all are. Like, see more into what they've done. But I just think it's also, like, the first one was, like, the gold for John B's dad. Then the next one was, like, for Pope. And then this was, like, bringing them both all together.
Yeah.
Blackbeard, I don't see any connection. My guess, though, if they're going to relate to anybody, JJ seems like the character that would be related to Blackbeard. I don't know. He has that, like, thief, pirate mentality to me. So that's where I'm going to put my bet in, but... I think it should have ended.
Yeah. I think if they're going to do it, though, they got to advance this into the future a little bit. No more high school kid.
Yeah.
Like, they got to be a little bit older. Like, you got to have them be a little older.
Well, so it's already a year. So they might be 18 now.
Yeah.
If they were 17.
Yeah. I just think they need to be older. Like,
But what's also funny, I also told you, I was like, I don't know how much of John B actually solved this one. Like, a lot of this stuff was just luck by Pope's family. Yeah. So, this is one that they don't have a connection to. So, I feel like it's got to be harder. But I also don't feel like this Blackbeard thing's going to be done in season 4.
No.
I feel like it could drag out to a whole more than one season.
I'm sure they must know if it's going to be able to do it.
Well, here's the thing. When they announced season 4... They did not announce it with it's the 4th and final season, which they typically do. Like Stranger Things, when they put it out, they said this is the 5th and final season. Cobra Kai, this is the final season. Like they usually announce it, and it wasn't anything like crazy. They had some kind of Poguelandia music festival or something, and that's where they announced it. All of them on stage or something. And this even happened before the show aired. But I think also Netflix knows that Outer Banks, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, and those are where their money comes from. So if you're losing if you're losing Stranger Things and Cobra Kai, it's not a bad idea. But is it Outer Banks anymore? If it's not in the Outer Banks, like this season was not that much in the Outer Banks when you think about it.
No, I think it's just meant to be where they're from.
I guess
that is. But their whole thing is like where they're from more than where it happened.
I would actually prefer to see them struggle the next season with something that isn't so easy and with connections to themselves.
This could be it.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think they're going to do like you said. I think they're going to connect it to one of them.
Probably. Also, now that they came back, are they not going to snitch that Rafe probably had the gold cross and melted? Is that not like a crime or something?
Well, somebody should tell on him. But that's the other thing. It's like, where was Rafe in this whole thing?
Yeah, like they didn't show him too. That was kind of weird.
At the end. They didn't show him. They didn't show what he was doing. Living high on the hog apparently. And, just like a...
Yeah.
I don't get it. There was a lot of stuff.
The ending could have been more clear.
Yeah.
Instead of just 18 months and like being like, you want to find Blackbeard's treasure?
Yeah, I don't
know. Yeah, sure, but like, what about everything else? What about Sarah's successful surf shop? What's she going to do now?
Just gonna have to put someone in charge.
And also, I never saw her surf. It was always John B. that was in surfing in the first season.
Yeah, I don't know why she would be in a surf shop.
Not really sure there. Yeah. That's interesting. All right. Well, I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Should it have ended here?
Yeah, as much as I like the show, I do think it should have ended here.
Definitely. Or just I think just.
Or they better come back with a really good season next season, because otherwise I'm going to be so disappointed. Like, when you're going to, if you don't come back with something good, know you're going into it.
I'm even a little nervous for speaking of Netflix shows, Cobra Kai.
I know.
But, because you could have, they left it where you could have, but I don't know. I think they need something like a big, oh no, wait, they're going to that competition, right? Okay, so I think, see, they have it set up that this big competition should be it. This is the dojo that wins.
Yeah, but I still think Cobra Kai is going to be, I don't know. I'm going into that one worried too.
Even Stranger Things. It's a little like they drag them out.
I forgot Stranger Things still had more to come.
Has one more, which I don't even know when the hell it is coming out. But yeah, you know what? Netflix does it where they drag it on. Remember Grace and Frankie? We said the ending was kind of weird there.
See, this is
dead
my
to
thing.
me. Netflix, you got to pull it together.
No, but what I think Netflix needs to do is stop releasing it all at once.
Yeah.
Stop releasing it all at once, because when you do that, you need to span it out more. Yeah. And I don't know why they don't, because to be honest, I'm watching this show that's a dating show, and instead of
they do that with the Love Is Blind, right? They do weekly or 2 a week.
Either they do 2 a week or they do 1 a week. Like this one did 3 a week. So it was 3 every. Yeah, I think you would just spread it out more and make it go longer, so that when you do have to come back, it's not such a long time between everything, because that's.
And it makes it. See, here's the thing with Netflix too. When you do that, you leave room for theorizing, and I think that's the part that thrives in these Marvel Disney Plus shows, is that you get to sit here and theorize. Like when The Mandalorian comes out this week, we can sit down and theorize what's going to happen.
But it's I think they're taking too long. I'm trying to remember what happened in Stranger Things right now.
It ended with, it looked like the upside down, with the upside down coming into our world now.
Yeah, but there's I forgot a lot about it.
And they're not even close. I don't even think they're filming yet. So it's gonna be a long time pretty much until
ridiculous.
Then. Even so, people are already going with, it's going to be another year to Outer Banks, which it is. You already when you watch a show, you're guaranteed for a whole year.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of pointless. They should definitely do something weekly or
two,
because it's also hard now. Right now, we texted my cousin Dean and we said, "Did you watch Outer Banks?" He said, "No, not yet." So now because we've been able to watch it all and consume it all at once, we can't talk with him right now with it until he is done, whenever that is. Now, if it was one episode and we all watched one episode.
Yeah.
We could all chit-chat about it, but we can't.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a foolish thing on their part, but hey, what do we know?
And you'd also, nobody could just, right now, if I just wanted to see Outer Banks, $15 for 1 month and cancel, and I can come back next year and pay $15.
Yeah.
You would at least, let's just say it's 10 episodes. That's 10 weeks. You're definitely guaranteed to at least make $30 right there. Foolish you are, Netflix. Forever foolish.
Yeah, very foolish.
Honestly, if it wasn't you, I'd cancel them.
I like Netflix. I always find something on Netflix.
I know you do, but I don't.
I do. That's my network. You have your own.
I like Peacock.
I like Peacock too, but Netflix, I like it.
All right. Well, that's all. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Hopefully you'll give us a good rating. Let us know what your favorite or least favorite part was. I think we all know everybody's least favorite. It's probably Big John.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If you don't say him, or if he's your favorite,
well,
you should keep that to yourself. That's
some people might like him just because he is so bad. Sometimes you like the villains, but this was not.
He was not a good villain. No, he wasn't interesting.
I liked Ward as a villain. He was good because he was bad, but he had
kooky.
But you knew he still ultimately loved his kids. Where I really did not feel like he cared one iota about John B.
He just felt like some random guy to John B.
When he saw when he saw the kid come into South America with the ladder, he's like, "I'll be damned, yeah." But not like. Thank God my son's alive. Thank God he's okay. I left him getting kidnapped. I had no idea if they killed him or let him live. Nothing like that. Just I'll be damned. You put a ladder up for me. Yeah. And then he immediately went into bossing them around.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hurry up,
when they were doing the thing with the marking the things, he's like, "Mark it, don't miss it. You better not miss it."
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, guy, go away. I don't know.
Oh. All right. Well, if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. Check out our other podcasts. We talk about it all. We post every Friday there. Last Friday, I lost my mind, so you should watch that. And honestly, the way my day went the other day, I could probably lose my mind again. If I had a mic where I was doing yesterday, it'd be bad. but I won't get into that. And I think next week, we're doing J-Lo wedding movies.
Yes.
Just to fill in some stuff here because we got a little break here. And then we have, I'm not 100% sure what we have planned next, but also this week we are doing The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yes, and Mandalorian starts this week, March 1st. That will be up on Friday. We'll be doing, instead of Mandalorian Mondays as Disney does, we'll be doing Mandalorian Fridays. Sorry. All right. Well, that's it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening or watching.
Hit the button.